I experienced tremendous abuse as a child, and it's led to me being a doormat for abuse. I seek out people who reject me and reject people who seek me out. How do I break this cycle? Wow, well, that's a really, really hard question. And the reason that it's hard, apart from the fact that your situation is very complex, is that the devil's always in the details. What I would recommend, though, is that if you want to break that cycle, the first thing you need to do is to figure out what it is that you want. You need to understand where it is that you want to go in your life, and you need to understand what people would look like if they were the kind of people that you could surround yourself with to facilitate that goal. And so I would again recommend that you do the future authoring program so that you can get your goals in order. And then you need to start thinking through how it is that you would like to be treated and what your strategies would be, even in principle, if you find yourself not being treated that way. And then you have to start practicing that at the level of micro routine. So, and I think one of the ways that you can do that, and this is something I often recommend to agreeable people, is that you'll see that there are people who treat you in a manner that leads to the development of your resentment, feelings of resentment. And now, there's roughly two reasons why you might feel resentful. And one is that you're just whiny and someone is calling you on your misbehavior, or you're failing because you should be failing and you're not, your character isn't well developed enough to merely adjust to the error and to fix yourself up. And the other is that you're being genuinely taken advantage of and that you need to put a stop to it. And the only way that you can really figure that out is by thinking it through, or writing it down, or perhaps by talking to someone that cares for you in a positive way. Once you've done that, and once you've realized that you're resentful because you are being interfered with, then it's incumbent on you to say something so that it comes to a stop, and you'll have to practice that, and you'll be bad at it to begin with. You know, it might be that you interact with someone and you don't realize until hours later that you don't like the interaction and that you had something to say. You might have to sit at home and then figure out what it is that you should have said, and then go back and tell the person. You're going to be awkward and bad at it, but it's a good start. And maybe you need to write out why it is that you shouldn't be allowing people to mistreat you, so that you replace your habitual proclivity that was maybe instilled in you when you were a child with a thought through and mature philosophy of interpersonal relationship. That's a reasonable start. So